Jai Hind all, this is Assistant Professor Gagandeep Singh from Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College. This is lecture series on analog signal processing. In this lecture series, we are discussing the topics of equalization delay. This is unit number 3 and we are following our textbook. In the previous lectures, we have discussed what is delay equalization, and in the last lecture, we have discussed the delay equalization with the first order filter. In this lecture, we will discuss the delay equalization with the first order as well as the second order all pass filters. So, in the previous lecture, we have discussed that delay equalization can be mitigated using two steps. If we have a main filter that is to be designed, first of all, we will design the transfer function of that filter, and we will find out the magnitude of that transfer function. So let's suppose Tm is the main transfer function. So first of all, we have to find out the magnitude response of this filter. Now, when we have find out the magnitude response of the filter, we can find out the phase of that filter also. Then from the phase, we can find out the delay of the main filter given by dm omega. Now, this delay is a function of omega or frequency. So we cannot find out the all range for the delay, but we concentrate on the limited frequency range. We concentrated generally on the passband delay only. So when we have calculated the delay that is caused by the main filter, unknowingly caused by the main filter, that is to be removed. How we can remove? Then by cascading the first or second order all pass filters. The total first and second order all pass filter will give nth order all pass section. So to having all pass section of nth order, we have to cascade first and second order. For example, for the fifth, we can apply two second order and one first order all pass sections. So this will give all total delay which will be in the prescribed frequency range, in the given frequency range. For example, I have said that it will be in the passband frequency range. It will be the first and the cascading first and second order all pass section will make this total delay as constant in this frequency range. So let's take again the first order filter. Here the first order filter transfer function we can find out. So once we find out the transfer function, we have given by k into s minus I1 upon s plus I1, which is the complex conjugate of the numerator and the denominator are in the numerator and the denominator. This gives the equal and opposite poles and zeros in S plane. Its magnitude is given by k, and the phase is given by the denominator phase minus the numerator phase. Both are equal, so it will be minus 2 over here into tan inverse omega by psi 1. This can be calculated by real part minus imaginary part square. And here s can be converted into j omega. Then we can find out the phase of the numerator and the denominator. If we know the phase is this one, then we can find out the delay, which is the negative derivative of phase with respect to frequency omega. So d theta by d omega, theta we know this is the phase. So if we put the value here, it will give the 2 psi 1 upon 1 plus omega by psi 1 whole square. Easy derivation, 1 upon psi 1 square tan inverse derivation. So this gives the delay of the first order filter. So delay of the first order filter is function of psi1, which is the poles and the zeros. This poles and zeros we can select by taking the particular values of the different components. So once we design a filter, we can have the particular poles and the zeros as a fix. Then we have another parameter omega, which may vary, or we can say that this delay of the first order filter is a function of frequency. Now if we plot this function of frequency with respect to frequency, delay and frequency, so the plot that we get, first of all, put as omega is equal to 0, this will vanish out and it will give equal to 2 by psi1. So this is the delay which we are receiving, which we have in the graph. So it is at the 0, it is the at this point. Similarly for 1, if omega is equal to 1, it will give 2 psi1 upon 1 plus 1 upon psi1 square, so which ultimately gives 1 upon at omega is equal to omega by psi1 is equal to 1. This will be equal to 1 by psi1. Then similarly we can find out, put the different values of omega by psi1, for which we can find out the delays at the different frequencies. So it gives a curve which is given like this one. Now we can see there is a maximum delay which is there at omega is equal to 0, and the delay is decreasing as the frequency is increased. So if how we can create this in a real picture or real components, we have two ways to create this all pass filter. We know that the all pass filter can be created in the inverting mode or the non-inverting mode. Now we can take RC component such that it can give a transfer function which is equivalent to the 1 s minus psi1 upon s plus psi1. Here psi1 you can find out it is 1 by RC. The R values are taken equally to have the minimum effect of this R component. So we can have the two realization of these components to give the all pass filter to mitigate this delay. Now changing the value of RC, this 1 upon RC, will give the different poles and zeros. One more thing, the transfer function magnitude is either plus or minus 1. This plus or minus 1 depends upon the configuration, inverting or the non-inverting configuration. If it is non-inverting configuration, it is plus s upon s plus s minus r s by s minus 1 by RC, or it is s plus 1 by RC. If it is plus, then it is a inverting case. So for non-inverting case, it is k is equal to 1, or for the non-inverting case, it is k is equal to minus 1. So we can create such filters for the first order filter. These are the first order filters which can be cascaded with the second order to create any type of filter. So we have second order module also. Similar pattern. First of all, we will find out the transfer function of the second order filter. From there we will find out the phase. From the phase we will find out the delay, and then we will draw the curves for the delay. These curves are good to have because we can easily implement graphically. We can find out where which curve should be taken, or which curve is fitted for the mitigating the delay, which can make constant the delay. So again, take the second order function, second order all pass filter. In the second order all pass filter, we have transfer function. Let's suppose it is general transfer function. It can be given as k naught into s square minus s omega naught by q plus omega naught square divided by s square plus s omega by q into omega naught square. So it is just a complex conjugate. Numerator is the complex conjugate of the denominator. We, as in the previous case, we can take the magnitude value, the gain of this transfer function k naught as equal to 1, depending upon the configuration of the op-amp. So we take generally k is equal to 1. Now we have here two parameters. One is s and other is q. S and the q, and generally whenever we take s, we take a normalized frequency. So here it is written as Sn, where Sn is equal to s by omega naught. We have normalized it for the frequency. So Sn is equal to s by omega naught. This the transfer function we know. Now we have to find out the phase. If we find out the phase, then we can find out the delay. So the phase of this equation, phase of this transfer function is again the denominator and the denominator phase square. So this will be equal to 2 of tan inverse omega n by q upon 1 upon omega n square. This is the phase of denominator minus phase of overall phase. Total phase is equal to phase of denominator minus phase of denominator. So denominator minus denominator phase gives minus 2 tan inverse omega n by q upon 1 minus omega n square. Now we know the phase of this transfer function. Now we have the phase of this transfer function. We need to find out delay. So we have to take the derivative, negative derivative of this second order phase with respect to frequency. So if we go with this one, the change is here that we have normalized the frequency. So we have to take the derivative with respect to omega n. So changing it to omega n, changing the derivative to omega n by multiplying and dividing it by omega n. This gives the derivative of this phase with respect to omega n into derivative of this 1 by omega naught. So this gives 1 by omega naught, which is due to the normalization, into 2 by q into 1 plus omega n square upon 1 plus omega n square whole square plus omega n by q whole square. Just the derivative of tan inverse, simple as that. So this is the delay second order filter. Now we know the delay of the second order all pass filter. It will be easier for us if we in advance we draw some curves for this second order filter. So we have these curves for the second order filter. Here we have taken the normalized delay of the second order filter. If we draw it normalized delay with normalized frequency, so this gives at the different values of q, different curves, and these as we have discussed earlier, this delay variation will increase with the increase in q. As we have q, the delay variations is going from minus 20 to 20. So at d naught is given by putting omega is equal to 0, which gives 1 upon q naught into 2 by q. And when we go toward the large frequency, as the frequency will increase, this delay will go to 0. at infinite, omega naught is equal to infinite, this will be equal, d2 naught will be equal to 0. So maximum value of delay, which can be found by taking the derivative of this expression and setting it to 0. So if we take derivation of this equation and set it to 0, this will give omega n square whole square plus 2 omega n square plus omega minus 2 minus 3 is equal to 0. This will give the delay, say, of the second order filter at the maximum value. These equations I have taken directly from our textbook. So this gives omega n at the maximum value, which will be equal to minus a quadratic equation. Its solution will give the omega n maximum value. So this gives minus 1 into minus 1 plus 4 under root 4 minus q minus 2 under root. If we have value of q and this one, if we put it in delay, we can find out the maximum delay which occurs for a second order filter. So the maximum delay which is for a second order filter is 4q by omega naught, second order filter's maximum delay. Now you can see there the maximum delay is dependent not only the frequency but also upon the q, and 4 times q will give the maximum delay. So in this way we can find out the maximum delay for any frequency, any filter, second order filter, and we know that the maximum frequency, this q value will be on at the 1. So delay will be maximum at 1. This means that omega n is maximum is equal to 1 for q greater than 1. For omega n equal to 1, if we put omega n is equal to 1, we have this maximum delay that can be given by 2 max 4q by omega naught, or we can say that it is equal to 2 by alpha, as we have seen in the introductory lectures, that alpha is given by omega naught by 2q. So omega naught by 2q will give the alpha. This alpha is the real part of poles and the zeros of all path functions. It is a real part of zeros and poles of the all path function. So we have omega n maximum given by this equation. For q is equal to 1 by root 3 and omega n maximum is equal to 0, the smallest value of q for which delay is maximum is given by omega n greater than 0 is q is equal to 1 by root 3 when omega n is greater than 0. 1 by root 3 is given by 0.577. And then if we have delay, maximum delay to find out for the second order for this values, omega n is equal to 0 is given by 3.464 by omega naught. For this value, for q is equal to 5071, the expression became this whole expression. That means the delay when q is equal to 1 upon root 3, the delay is given by 2 by root 3 by omega naught into 1 plus omega n whole square upon 1 plus omega n square plus omega n raised to power 4. So this will be the delay of the second order filter for the q is equal to 1 by root 3, which is when omega n maximum is equal to 0. So this is all about the second order all pass filter. Here in this lecture we have discussed that how in the similar pattern to the first order all pass filter, how we can create the second order all pass filter. When we have all pass filter, its delays to be found. First of all, we will create its, we will find out its transfer function. Then we will find out its phase. From here, from this phase, we will take the negative derivative, for which we can find out the delay. From this delay, we will find out the curves, delay curves, and these delay curves can be used to find out the different values and the different values for which the delay can be made constant. Thank you.